Women incarcerated in the United States is growing, with nearly 200,000 behind bars. But no matter how serious the crime or even if they're waiting for trial.
Atlanta News First investigator Anastasia Olmos found many face an unexpected additional punishment in all this.
That's right, guys. That extra punishment is actually a delayed or even restricted access to feminine hygiene products that they need. Our national investigative team exposes the dangerous consequences. Here's Josie Sturman.
Gotta start with the wings.
We're creating something millions of women across the country rely on every month, a standard hygiene product that most of us take for granted. But this is what incarcerated women have to do, assembling makeshift tampons and pads, using anything they can find when they don't have access.
I know that there are stories about people taking stuffing from outside of their beds, from ripping their sheets, from tearing up their clothes, just to make the products that they need.
Kimberly Haven knows it all too well. At the Maryland Correctional Institution for Women, she paid for her crimes with time served and a lifetime sentence on her health.
When you rip off that cover, all of those little fibers just kind of go airborne, and they go up inside of you. And so as a result of that, I ended up coming home and having to have an emergency hysterectomy.
Haven says she had the surgery following her release in 2015, blaming the use of makeshift tampons that caused toxic shock syndrome. Her health crisis spurred by what many consider a human rights issue, still happening in jails and prisons from coast to coast.
It's a problem fueled by spotty laws and policies that vary from state to state. We found them with help from the Arnold Center for Investigative Journalism at Indiana University. Together, we discovered many states don't have laws or specific written policies requiring that period products be given for free in prisons, leaving women to potentially rely on commissaries they may not be able to afford and that only have a few products to choose from.
If you incarcerate women, you should have to worry about it. Absolutely.
Miriam Vishniak is more than concerned. She's spent years compiling the online Prison Flow Project, interviewing incarcerated women and tracking changing laws, policies, and legal cases involving menstrual product access.
Every single woman I talked to, no matter where they'd been in prison or how many years it had been since they were released, every single one of them said it felt like I had to beg like a dog to get what I needed.
That's what Vishniak says can lead to weaponization of period products. It's happened in Alabama, Florida, and New Jersey, with criminal cases highlighting incarcerated women forced to trade sexual favors just to get feminine hygiene products. Situations like that prompted the Federal Bureau of Prisons to create policies requiring that women in its facilities be given a variety of free menstrual products. But without that same mandate, state prisons and local jails still have problems. We filed public records requests in more than 20 cities, finding complaints filed by jailed women forced to use toilet paper and socks after begging for sanitary napkins. Requests for products taking hours or days to fulfill, leaving women to bleed on the floor. And limitations placed on when and where they can obtain products, with some jails saying women have to get them during meals or free time because that's when personal needs should be accomplished.
I would love to see an environment where anybody who menstruates and needs these products has them when they need them, how they need them, with dignity, and that this doesn't become a conversation anymore.
Now, here in Georgia, the Department of Corrections does have a policy that permits women to access sanitary napkins and tampons at all times. However, it is not a state law. I'm Anastasia Olmos. Atlanta News First investigates.